Hi, this is Mr. West, and these are the solutions for Algebra 4.1 to 4.3 practice quiz. So, number one here, write an equation in point-slope form for the line that passes through each point with the given slope. Then graph the line. Point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. So all we do is take our first number in our ordered pair, which is x1. Second number is y1, and our m is given. So just plug and substitute in what we need to. So y minus 3 equals 2 times x minus x1 of 2. So this is all that is required for this one because it's asking point-slope form. Now to graph this, you're going to use this info that was given to us. So x of 2, so from the origin go right to positive 2, and then a positive 3 for y. So 1, 2, 3, put a point. Then a slope of 2 really means the slope of 2 over 1. So 2 up and 1 over to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2 up, 1 to the right, put a point, connect it, and there's your graph. Number 2, let's go ahead and put it in point-slope form. So it's going to be y minus y1, which is negative 1, we have a double negative there, equals m times x minus x1, which is 2. Now I do want you to clean this up and make those double negatives into a positive. So there's your point-slope form. For graphing, graph 2. So that's 2 in the positive direction. But it's 1 in the negative y direction, so you're going to go down 1. Slope of 3 really means slope of 3 over 1. So it's positive 3, so you're going up, and 1 you're going to the right. So up 1, 2, 3, to the right 1, connect them, and there's your graph. Number 3, they're asking for this in slope, intercept, and standard form. So slope intercept is getting it to look like this. Y is by itself. Standard form is getting the x and the y terms on the same side of the equation. So we'll go from this to slope intercept, then to standard form. First thing we do is we have to distribute to simplify. Negative 2x, negative 2 times a negative 7 is a positive 14. We need to add 6. So we are left with negative 2x plus 20. That is our slope intercept form. Now to get the x and y together on one side, figure out which of these two, either x or y term, that if you moved it one time, you only did one move, you would get x and y together. Well, look at which variable term has kind of something else there, like a number, and you want to move that term. So let me rewrite this over here to go with the standard form. Y equals negative 2x plus 20. Okay, so I want to move the negative 2x, and I will add 2x both sides. So we're left with 2x plus y, keep that a positive y, equals 20. And that's standard form. So slope intercept there, standard form there. Right up here. Now, same thing, we're going to have to distribute to simplify those parenthesis terms. Negative 1/3 times x is negative 1/3 x. Now, negative 1/3, I'll write it up here to the side just to show how it's separate. Negative 1/3 times 6 is like saying negative 1/3 times 6 over 1. multiply the tops. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Then divide negative 6 by 3. You get negative 2. Okay, so I'm going to write in negative 2 right there. Now, to continue and get this in slope-intercept form, I do have to subtract 3 both sides, and I will end up with y equals negative 1/3 x minus 5. Okay, so that's the slope-intercept form, or SI form. So there's that. Now, to move, and usually you're going to move the x term because it's the term that has the number next to it. So in this case, add 1/3, add 1/3 x. Cancel that out. You're left with this on the left side, which is 1/3 x plus y equals negative 5. Remember to keep that negative with that 5. And there is your standard form. Right here, line that's parallel to the graph of the equation. So anytime it's a parallel situation and they give you an equation here like this, take the slope that's given to you, because for two, these are supposed to be parallel, for two parallel lines, the slopes should be the same. Okay, so this line, let's say it's this one, the slope's the same, so we're going to take that and we're going to use it. Okay, slope is negative 6. Now, we're going to use our point slope form that we used on the other side. And we're going to substitute like we just did. Y minus y1 is 2. M is negative 6. X minus x1, which is 0. So now if I distribute that negative 6, I'll just get negative 6x, because the 0 term won't be there. Y minus 2 equals negative 6. Negative 6x. Now I'm going to add 2 both sides so that y can get by itself. Y equals negative 6x plus 2. And you're done. You're looking for the slope-intercept form. Same thing down here. It's a parallel situation. So the slope they give is the slope you use. Y minus negative 4 equals negative 3 times x minus 6. You will have, with that double negative, they'll become positive. So y plus 4 equals negative 3x plus 18. Now we do want to subtract 4, so this goes away. You're left with y equals negative 3x plus 14. And that's the equation for a line that they're looking for. Now down here, very similar, but one key difference. Everything does look the same, or you're given the same type of information, which is an xy point and an equation. But when it's perpendicular, the key difference is the slope. Slope is different. So how is it different? If the original slope is, in this case, negative 3/4, your perpendicular slope, that's what this upside down t means, perpendicular, is the opposite sign of this and this flipped. So the opposite reciprocal, in this case it would be positive 4/3. Now when you write out your point slope form, everything else will be the same, meaning you're just going to use the x and the y that are given, and then you'll use this slope over here. So y minus 3 equals negative, equals 4/3 x minus a negative 3 for x. So 4/3 times 3, or 4/3 times 3/1 is 12. over 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Let me go ahead and add 3, both sides, cancel. Y is now by itself. 4/3 x plus 7. And last, we know we're going to have to change that slope for the perpendicular slope, so it will be a negative 1/6. Write out your point slope form. Y minus y1, which is negative 8, m of negative 1/6, and x minus x1 of negative 2. So clean it up here. Y plus 8 equals negative 1/6 x minus, because negative times a positive gives you a negative, and it would be 2 divided by 6, or 2/6 does reduce, that fraction reduces to 1/3. So now we are going to subtract 8, so that y is by itself. A couple ways you could write this. I'll just write negative 8 1/3. And with that, we are done.